Yes, judges.
Hello, Dan. How you doing? You
What are you
all
up to, bro?
I'm actually watching the football, mate. This Surfshark VPN is a lifesaver, mate. You can watch the football with a dodgy Wi-Fi, even at the Emirates when you've got a big crowd there and everything like that, watching the football. Unbelievable.
Easy to set up? Well, it must be if you've done it, mate.
Ah, very, very funny. Even abroad you can watch all your favourite programmes. It's like being at home, mate.
And that's exactly what you guys can do too. Click the link in the description for Surfshark VPN. A lot of people have been talking about the Kai Havertz disrespect. So I'm not going to go into that about has he been a good signing, has he not been? We've done enough of that, right? I want to put this question. Who's been the better signing this season? Kudus, Havertz, or Maddison?
Well, listen, obviously the thing is, if Arsenal win the league, you can't say any signing's been a bad signing because it's money well spent. They've achieved the league title. I'm basing it off Arsenal not winning the league and the fact that every Arsenal fan that I've spoke to have said, Havertz should not be starting up front next season. He should not be starting in midfield next season. His value is depreciating. Whereas Kudus, his value for what we paid for him, like 35 mil, is only going up.
Havertz's value is depreciating. Did you just say that?
Yeah, I think I don't think they're
value is appreciating, not depreciating as the season's gone on.
No. His value is going down in terms of what they can get for him. If they was to sell Havertz, I can't see many clubs out there paying more than 65 million.
Arsenal are not Chelsea. They're in this business. They're not West Ham as well. This is why I always talk to you about levels. Arsenal's here to win trophies. So you might be able to sell Kudus for more money, but Arsenal didn't buy Havertz and sell him for more money. Havertz already came for a high fee. How much did Kudus come to?
No, but they have to sell players anyway. That's a fact of football. Every team sells players. So
okay, but how much does Kudus go to? How much does Kudus go to West Ham for?
About 35 mil.
Exactly. How much did Havertz go to Arsenal for?
Well, I just said that. I just said how much.
Yeah, exactly. So it's already going to be harder. It's easier for Kudus. It's like with us.
Yeah, so you have to take in.
It's easier for the value to go up.
Yes, because you have to take into consideration the fee. The fee. When we talk about who's been a good signing, who's been better signing, you have to take in consideration the fee, the value for money, right?
But the value it's been paying off as the season's gone by. Havertz been important to Arsenal.
Yeah, Havertz has had a good second half to the season. The season is not
a very important second half to the season. Very important.
Yeah, he's had a good season.
What's Kudus done to West Ham this season? It's been great. It's been great, but what has it actually pushed West Ham towards since signing?
Yeah, but that's neither here or there. Whether what he's pushed us towards, because it's a squad game. But my point is,
Havertz has been great.
But what I'm talking about with Havertz is Arsenal want to upgrade on his position next season because they don't see him as being good enough to be their first choice striker.
We don't know that though. These are fans.
Am I lying? You tell me.
Lee might say that. Lee might say that.
Wait, shut up. You're
even
not
I might say that. You don't know. But we didn't. Hold on. When Havertz first joined, When Havertz first joined, I'm pretty sure probably Lee. I don't know actually about Lee, but a lot of people were saying about Havertz not being good enough signing, and Havertz has changed their opinion throughout the season, and he has been a proven player. So we don't know next season. All right, on paper, it doesn't sound like he could be a starter next season up front or whatever. But we don't know because Havertz is already.
Why spend the money? Okay, why spend the money on Isak? Why try and get an Isak?
Yeah, because you need to have quality on your side. It doesn't mean that Havertz is gone.
It's Havertz not quality enough to be the main man. They have to go inside the next man.
He's a versatile player.
It's called building a squad, bruv. So what we have to do now is we have to upgrade on anything that we don't believe. So when you say go and get a centre forward, we're not replacing Jesus and Kai Havertz. We're replacing Eddie Nketiah, Fabio Vieira, Reece Nelson. These men are being replaced, not the Havertz and Jesus. Havertz and Jesus are part of that squad.
Money for Nketiah, man. Like, stop it.
I think we probably won't. They're the ones we're gonna have to get rid of. We can't.
Lawless, I think when you think about the question, though, the question isn't, oh, well, you're gonna think about, okay, whether a signing is appreciated or depreciated this season. Who has been a better signing? Not about what's going to happen next season. And I do think it's a fair contest between the two, between Kudus, and Havertz. We know Maddison might just forget him, like he's irrelevant.
Maddison's had injuries as well.
I think when you really look at it, it's hard. It is hard. You've got Havertz, who's got, I think, 3 game winners for us, 1 against Luton, 2 against Brentford. I think the fact that he's done it in the Champions League, I think he scored 1 or 2 goals in the Champions League. I think the fact that he's played in multiple positions is a positive and a negative. But I think Kudus is actually, done, quite well for you individually. I'm not going to put his, your squad's deficiencies and your positioning. I think you're 10th or 11th. I'm not going to say that he's the reason why you haven't, because he's probably the reason why you're there. But I do think with Havertz, he's got 3 game winners, and I think he's scored 12 goals or 14 goals apparently this season. So he's done well. I think over the season he's done well. I wasn't one that was against him coming in, but you know what? I'm gonna say by a percentage or 2, I'm actually gonna give it to Kudus. I'll give it to him. I think he's been the better signing.
Kudus is a baller. I'll give it to him.
What about Havertz? I don't know if you lot are right now where you are.
I think the only reason why I'm going to give it to Kudus. I look for Maddison. Just a quick point. First 10 games, he was probably the best, but obviously since he's come back from injury, he hasn't been himself. And I hope he can recover over the summer and get back to where he was. Kudus though is performing in a dusty. Have you seen that West Ham team? They play.
Trust me, we have seen it. Dusty.
They are dusty, and him to kind of do what he's doing is pretty impressive. Now, why I'm not shaking my bum for Kai Havertz is because Arsenal, everything's kind of going in their favour. The rubber, the green, they're playing fantastic football. Morale's up. It's on the high. I'm not gonna lie. It's harder not to score than to score for Arsenal right about now. So any half-decent player, any person who's worth half their weight in gold should be able to do what Kai Havertz is doing. And that's why we can't. I think the only reason why Gunnar might just slightly, or anyone else might be giving it props, is because it's him. Because you're not expecting much from him. But really and truly, if it was any half-decent striker in world football, you wouldn't really be rating it that much. He's just doing what he's supposed to do.
You put Werner there instead of Havertz. I think Werner's doing
Havertz has got more goals than Kudus this season. Look, this is the thing. We're measuring Kudus to West Ham's level. We're measuring Kudus to West Ham's level. West Ham's level is different to Arsenal's level. Kudus has been fancy footballer. He's been very good. He's been exciting on the eye. But in terms of production, Havertz has scored more goals, and I think he's had 1 less assist than Kudus. Havertz has been important. Havertz has been playing in important games, scoring important goals to try and win something. Whereas West Ham, I don't know what. Okay, where Lawless, you told me you bought Kudus. Where's it pushed you? Have you won Europa League? Have you finished top 6?
Hold up. So you're telling me you put Kudus, right? So in the team that's challenging for the league title, he scored what? 1 more goal and has 1 less assist. That's what you're telling me.
He hasn't scored 1 more goal. He hasn't scored 1 more goal.
How many
Kudus has 7 goals. Wait, is it 7 goals?
Give me the stats again, real quick.
I've got the stats in front of me, right? Kudus has got 7 goals and 5 assists. Maddison's got 4 goals and 7 assists.
Don't talk about Maddison.
And Kai Havertz has got 12 goals and 6 assists. So he's got 18 GA. Kudus has got 13. So he's got 5 more.
It's the hype. He's got that in a superior team. Do you think Kai Havertz? Can I ask this question though, D? Do you think Kai Havertz gets that kind of GA out of West Ham?
Do you think that Kudus gets?
Because I think Kudus gets a lot of goals if he plays for Arsenal, but I don't
answer the question, D. Answer the fucking question.
I think he does. I think he can. It's about confidence. I think when Havertz has confidence, he's not a bad player. Let's not forget what he done before he came over to Chelsea as well. And Havertz has performed. Look, West Ham's a small club, so it's kind of different. Havertz has been playing at big clubs.
You're a microscopic club.
The type of football matters as well. with Havertz. But look, Havertz this season, I think the perception around Havertz is that he joined Arsenal. It's been negative since he joined, and I think even though he has improved, people just fancy Kudus.
Football matters, right?
This season. Havertz has got more goals, and I think he's got 1 less assist.
We're playing defensive football. They're playing offensive football. They should score.
And Havertz is scoring goals. He's scored double. He's scored nearly double. He scored nearly double. Also, hold up. You're playing defensive football. They're playing offensive football, but they got way more. Like Saka, you can score goals, or they can.
Yeah, and he has.
Could have stepped up, and
if they relied on Havertz
all these other players. With you lot, who have you got? Who have you got? It's only Kudus and Paqueta. Who else? Antonio?
Bowen.
Are you taking a piss?
You forgot about Bowen. You forgot about
Yeah,
Bowen.
Bowen. Yeah, but then look at the players that they have compared to you lots.
I do think though, when you look at it though, everybody kept saying when we signed Havertz. I've been a Havertz defender for a while. You know, myself and Talio and AFTV. You know, for instance, like October, November, times I wasn't one that was against him coming in. I did think that the price was the issue, but not the player per se. But that doesn't. I don't care about being right or wrong. It doesn't matter. I just want Arsenal to win. So does Dan. So who cares? The fact of the matter is, everybody said when he comes in, he's going to be the reason why we don't win anything. And now we're top of the league. Well, sorry, we're second. Well, we're top of the league, but we're pretty much second in terms of, you know, we know that Man City are going to get their game in hand. So I think for that reason, the expectations, I do think that you have to give Havertz a lot more flowers than what it is, because he's turned everybody. This was the guy that was bookies' favorite to be flop of the season. And now he looks to be in the top 5 signers of the season. He's definitely not the top signing of the season, but he's in the top 5 tight signers of the season. But I do think there's a fair, you know, argument for Mohamed. I think he's been good, not for the whole season. But
there's a poll in the chat.
Havertz been more influential, and Havertz has way more pressure than Kudus. Let's say that.
Yeah, I think the pressure, and I think the most important thing is for me,
and he has delivered in big moments games when a lot of people doubted him. A lot of people.
Luton away, he scored. No, sorry, it wasn't Luton. It was.
It was Luton away.
It was Luton away.
Brentford away. Brighton at home.
Luton. No one cares about Kudus like that. Let's be real.
Luton, did he?
Kudus has no pressure. No one cares about Kudus like that. With all due respect.
And the fact of the matter is, it's not. If we want, and what we can do now, we can't. We don't have to just. And what we've been, and I know this is specific. I did a watch along with Dan, and I can't remember what game it was. It's not the goals. It was the fact that he just looked so languid, lethargic, passing the ball back. So regardless of the goals, we wanted him to just show a lot more fight and a lot more energy as a player. And he's now adding performances for the last, let's say, 3 months, I would say, as well as the GA. So you have to take it in totality, whereas a player can just, you know, get a goal or assist, like let's say, for example, Darwin Núñez, but not put in a great performance overall. But listen, mate, the one thing that we have to say is it's definitely not Maddison. That's for damn sure. That is for damn sure.
Let me go through. Let me go through quickly with what the poll says. The poll in the chat.
One thing for damn sure, it's not a Palace player. They ain't got
what? They're giving 5% to Maddison, 29% Kudus, Havertz 66%.
Listen, Potts.
Lawless, don't chat to me about
Potts. Can you do me a favour, Potts?
We're doing bicycle kickers against you lot just a few weeks ago. 5 views. Don't chat to me about
just before we go, could you put in the chat, let's see which teams everyone supports. Support Arsenal, Spurs, Crystal Palace.
You ask Arsenal fans and polls, they've got some sort of weird fucking relationship. They like wankos. We must win every poll.
You know, well, that's funny. There's a comment here. Elise is better than all of them. Or Elise is better than all of them. I'll say that with chest as well. Elise is better than all of them.
Shut up, man.
Is better than all of them.
Shut up. Well, he's leaving your club anyway.
Shut up. He is. He's 100% is. He 100% is. Elise, should I tell you Elise stats this season? And we could talk about games played as well. Are you all right?
Elise is the baller, man. Elise is the baller.
Who's he balling for in the summer? Who's he balling for next season?
He's better than Kudus.
He's going Arsenal, Man United.
Elise has played
16 games this season.
Elise has played 16 games this season. He's got 7 goals in 16 games. Kudus has played the whole season and he's only got the same amount of goals.
He hasn't played the whole season. He has missed.
There's levels to this. Elise is better than Kudus, without a doubt.
Kudus went to AFCON. What are you talking about?
Elise played 16 games this season. 16. And he's got 7. Mm-hmm. 7 and 16. And he's got 4 assists. He's got what?
Yeah, Lawless, but he's a baller, Elise.
11 GA and 16.
But guess what? He's not going to be at Palace next season. Facts.
Oh, how do you know that?
Because I know. It's obvious.
Well, hold up. Was it not going to Chelsea last year? Huh?
You know what? You can do that about Elise, but I've just seen as well on Twitter that apparently Kudus has a release clause. That's what David Ornstein's put out.
What?
So, listen,
apparently that's not the case.
Hold your chair. Your chair's not going to save you, Lawless. Put your hand out.
Yeah, listen, you can talk about Crystal Palace players, but listen, I'm seeing that he's got a release clause, mate. That's what
apparently it's not true.
That's what David said. That's what David said, mate.
No, it's not true.
What's the release clause for Elise?
Yeah. What?
I'm sorry, But who would you rather leave, West Ham or Palace? Like, I'm sorry.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're going to say the same thing about Elise and Eze, then we've got to say this because there's a release clause for
well,
your
we don't know
friend.
that's true. We don't know it's true, Gunali, because I see a lot of people.
Ornstein's saying it, but Lawless is
Ornstein
saying it.
Oh, fucking Ornstein said it. Ornstein.
Hold up, Lawless. Was he not the same guy? Was he not the same guy that was talking about Declan Rice saying, "Oh, he does not want to stay. He would never go Arsenal. He's going City." Was he not the same guy?
Why are you bring up bullshit? Why bring up bullshit?
I'd rather leave David Ornstein than you. I'd rather leave David Ornstein than you. Because you said that David Rice was going to
why don't you go and activate that release clause if it's real? Go and activate it if it's real. Yeah?
We don't want
because
him.
at the end of the day, Elise is leaving your club next season. Guess what?
No,
because
not,
your
though.
club is
You know
irrelevant.
it wouldn't surprise me because this was hold up. I remember this as well. This was the same case with Zaha. Apparently, he's leaving every single season until we didn't leave until like another 6 years later.
Yeah,
you
because
realize David
Moyes' daughter
let me
and
tell you
burned
some
bridges.
facts.
That's why he had to leave.
I'll talk to you with some facts. If Elise wanted to leave Palace as bad as you're making out to be, then why did Elise not leave last year? Why did he sign another contract?
What? Who?
You could have left Chelsea. You could have left.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
No, it does mean. It does mean. So let me tell you one thing, Lawless.
They just sign contracts and leave all the time.
No. Okay. There's a big chance. There's a big chance that Elise wouldn't leave this summer or Eze. But you know who would leave? Gahey. We don't have to sell all these players. And in fact, an article recently came out suggesting that they're both very happy at Palace. So don't be surprised.
Let me see. I've just put in because we've got to wrap up, man, because everyone's got to go. But I've just put in Kudus release clause. Ornstein has said it. Apparently, there's a release clause. And then the other two stories, which I've never heard of in my life. Hammers News says the Kudus release clause will delight Liverpool, and Claret and Hugh have said that he's got a release clause. Whoever they are.
I don't know. I just looked at the replies because I looked at that and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I see the replies. Everyone going, "Nah, this is false. It's false."